morning. How are you this morning? Did you survive after our evening and the nightcap? I did not really, so forgive me. I'm really happy to welcome you today for the 36th edition of the Digiworld Summit. 36th edition. 36 years ago, here in Montpellier, we had the first conference. And I want to insist on that. I say this last night, but there is not lots of events that last that long. The good news is we are in an industry that changes all the time. Every year, every month, every week, there is an event to talk about. There is new industry. As I say always, it's a great, vibrant industry, and we are very lucky to work in this business. This year, this edition, we'll have lots of surprise. You know, we're driven and powered by innovation. One of the surprises we have is we have a new MC. You all remember Steve last year. He was a great guy, but we have a much more attractive value proposition this year. I'd like to introduce our new MC, Marjorie Poyon. Marjorie?
Well, what a teaser and a challenge at the same time, François. Good morning to you all. I'm really happy to be here with you this year at Digiworld Summit. Digiworld is definitely a great place and a fantastic opportunity to explore all the pending questions and challenges to our industry. You know them by heart, especially when it comes to the OTT, media, telcos, and so much on. And it's especially crucial to be here this year for this 36th edition all together at a time when net neutrality, taxation, data and privacy are so much at stake.
Thank you, Marjorie. And you know, you have a mission.
Yep.
You have a mission to stay focused, stay on time. You know, people like to talk, so you need to contain them. You need to stop them. And the guy who doesn't talk, you need to make him talk as well. So lots of things to do. So now I can leave.
No, actually, don't leave the stage and don't hurt yourself. I'll definitely need you, François. I'm going to need your knowledge. Also, we'll need the help of every single IDATE team members to help me to drive you through Mobility Reloaded for the next 48 hours. And by the way, over the past few weeks, you've released crucial reports such as Future TV 2025. I can also name the brand new Future Internet in 2025. And as Christmas is definitely in the air today, I shouldn't forget about the Smart Toys report you've just published, because you know everything needs to be smart those days. And to help us open and officially declare open this 2014 edition of the Digiworld Summit, I will need also the help of, let's call him a smart human, Yves Gassot, IDATE's CEO.
Hello, good morning. Marjorie, François, everybody.
So, gentlemen, this year's CME is definitely about mobility, but how come should we reload it?
Yeah, it was natural choice for us to choose this theme. First of all, we all love Matrix, and second, I'm like a kid in this industry, and we used to say we NC nothing. We had a summit 10 years ago about wireless world. And 10 years ago, it was 10 years before that the industry started. The real business, I think, started in 1994. By the way, I have a question. Who had a mobile phone 20 years ago in 94? Raise your hand. Not a lot. Some geeks. Who had a mobile phone 10 years ago? Much better. Who had a mobile internet phone 5 years ago? Now the tough question. Who doesn't have a mobile phone? Is there a digital autist in the room? No. So it's funny because in 20 years, a brand new industry has been created that not only changed our life, but also changed the lifestyle, the industry, and has created tremendous value. When you look at this triptych, the last 2 years, in 2012 and 2013, we had the digital goldmine last year and the game changers, but at the center of everything, we had mobility. Last year, we had mobility, big data, and cloud. And this year, we wanted to focus only on mobility, what's going to happen with the 4G, LTE, and 5G. And we try to have a holistic approach so that we can touch all parts of the ecosystem. This year, again, lots of things happening. In France, the merge between Numéricable and SFR. We had the Snapchat crazy market valuation for 53 people. We had all those big launch, the iPhone 6, 6 Plus. I'm still waiting for my iPhone 6, by the way. Somebody can help me, that would be great. Lots of events. You will find, of course, all those events in our report. And there is a long list of things happening today, last month, and the year is not finished. But behind the scene, behind all those headlines, there is a lot of things going on. And I like to have Yves to have a first explanation on what's going on. Yves?
Yes, we are really entering in a new era for mobility. I'm sure that you have in mind three impressive forecasts. First, the number of users at the end of the decade, more than 9 billion of users. Second, the traffic. The wireless traffic will exceed, before the end of the decade, the wireline traffic. And third, the quality and the speed rate, at least 100 times the speed rate that we know today. But we will talk also during these 2 days on very big issues, a complex relationship between mobile and the fixed infrastructure like fiber. And of course, we will talk also about the potential recovery of the European telcos in such a context.
Yes, and one thing which is amazing also is with the explosion of mobile phone and users is the traffic. The data traffic driven by mobile will be multiplied by 11 times in 5 years. The global mobile traffic is growing 3 times the fixed. So there is an absolute change of behaviors with the mobile, with the device, with the contents, and the way we live. And we think that by 2020, there will be roughly 50% of the traffic driven by video. Because in France, we are very creative. We invent the word entrepreneur. When you ask what is a segment of a mobile internet user, you say, oh, it's a mobile internet user. In France, we invent a word called mobinote. So I hope this word mobinote will stay as a new word invented by the French. One thing also that's going to change with global mobility is the way we live. Our relationship with the device, with our daily life, with our health, with our animals, with the retail, with the sports, with the security, with our home, whatever. Everything is going to be connected so we can live better, healthier, and protecting, of course, our lifestyle, because we don't want to have Big Brother watching us all the time. It will be a choice whether or not we want to be part of the system. We can be a digital autist, as I say, for those who do not have a mobile phone, or we can live with the system, but with certain privacy. I like also to move to the risk and challenge, and I think these slides summarize exactly what's going on. Yves?
Yes, this slide confirms that you are participating to a Digiworld Summit, so we will talk about the big challenge we have, and particularly for Europe. At least we will talk about the capacity of Europe to come back in the race in the telecommunication industry and operation. And the second issue is, of course, related to the capacity to take advantage of the new wave of innovation that we will have with mobility and Internet of Things.
So, actually, before we open the session this morning and maybe talk about connected animals, we'll see. Could you please remind us, gentlemen, about the role, the part of the IDATE in the industry, how you guys are definitely crucial observers for us? And by the way, should I say IDATE or IDATE?
It depends. Every time I go to New York and say IDATE, people think that I'm in the meeting business, dating business. By the way, I can raise a lot of money in a few hours. When
Absolutely.
I talk about what we do, there is no money available, so we're not in a very sexy environment.
So let's go for IDATE.
Let's talk about the Digiworld Institute. It's more funky. Yes, thank you for saying that. First of all, we don't do events only. We have lots of events going on, but the core business of IDATE is research. We provide lots of data, lots of analysis on many subjects. You see some of them also here. We do also lots of consulting, not consulting, on how companies should improve, but on infrastructure. We work with government, with the European Commission, with the collectivité locale, and we try to look at what are the next-gen models. And of course, we have lots of clubs. As an example, we have 33 breakfasts in Paris, Brussels, and London, very successful, hosted by our members. We have conference for the launch of our book. We have transatlantic dialogue with Colombia. Even I were in Colombia a few weeks ago. And we have lots of programs where we, with our members, work on subjects like Internet of Things, TV and video networks, smart cities, and telecom US. One thing also which is a highlight of the year is the launch of our book. We were very lucky this year to have Pierre Nanterre, the chairman of Accenture, and I want to say hello to his colleague. We were supposed to have also Fleur Pellerin, but a few days before she called me and said, it's very difficult for me to come, so I know there was a kind of remaniement in the air, so it's happened. So it's also just a word on that. I say the life cycle of a minister is 18 months, and for the fourth time in a row, she lasts 18 months. So when I met Axel Lemaire, I told her I wish she will do 4 years, but I'm not sure it will happen. One event that will be major also for us is the book we're going to launch about Africa. Africa is a major focus right now for many of the company, especially for our colleagues from OTT, Google, Yahoo, Facebook. There is a potential to have 500 million more mobile internet subscribers, so lots of clicks. And our friends from OTT are challenging the GSMA to provide more infrastructure. If not, they will launch balloon, planes, satellites, whatever. So huge business going on. Stay tuned. This report will be the first complete. I'd like to finish by our members. As you know, we're an institute, we're non-profit. I'm very pleased and very happy with the quality of our members. We've attracted 50 new members. And I say last year we have a quota of 50. There is 47 members. So before the end of the summit, if you want to subscribe your company, come and see me with Yves. First in, first sign, and I will be very happy to welcome you as a member so that we can reach our magic number of 50 members. So now it's over for me. I like to launch officially the Digiworld Summit, the 36th edition, and I would like to thank you for coming this morning early. You also are very mobile, coming physically to our show, and I'd like to give the floor to Marjorie. Thank you very much.
Thanks to you both, gentlemen, and we designed this event to be as interactive as can be, so you can definitely join the conversation on Twitter anytime over the next 48 hours. Watch out. And the hashtag you'll need to use is DWS24, and the live tweet is also available on one of the accounts of IDATE, which is Digiworld IDATE. And you also have a voice to raise at the end of every single session. You will be able to ask your questions directly to our speakers, experts, and guests on stage. We're all set. Let's make it happen.